Okay, so today we have Found from Morrissey, from Kill Uncle as well. And for Morrissey Friday, of course, I feel like you gotta have Morrissey for Morrissey Friday, I think, anyway. So this was requested, somebody, they said it was underrated. I'm sure some people probably think it's overrated. I don't know, whatever. There's always, different opinions. So anyway, we're gonna get into this one, Found. See what's going on. Only 2 minutes long. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's go, I guess. Okay, so there it is. Found from Morrissey. I was going to say it flew by, but I guess it's only 2 minutes long. So anyway, it feels like this was just like kind of a little PSA from Morrissey. With how he talks about, that the second verse, the last verse there, it really kind of tells the whole story, I guess I'll get into that in a second. I want to talk about the music first. So right off the bat, I don't know how a song's going to start, I guess, but it was such my goodness, the noise upstairs. Anyway, it was such a big noise, a big sound, how the song started. Obviously, it seems like the arrangement here or whatever, it was very, kind of dark. It was a little bit ominous, a little bit spooky. That's the feeling I got. It was, like I said, it was dark. And Mark Bedford, or just Bedders, I guess, as he's also known, on the basses here. It says on basses, so multiple basses apparently. He was a big part of the sound, obviously. And Mark Nevin, or Neven, I should look that up by this time now. But anyway, on guitars as well. So obviously Mark and Mark here, they were, doing the work, really. What a big sound just to create such a background to Morrissey, like I said, kind of giving a PSA over it. And also, Andrew Parise was on drums here, and percussionist as well. It also says there might be a violin, and there could be a harmonium as well on the track. But anyway, I just really enjoyed, like I said, kind of the dark sound that I got, the dark feel I got. Kind of a bit mysterious, but also, when you look at the lyrics, like I said, they kind of seem self-explanatory, at least to me, and very interesting as well. But again, I come back to what I said last week, because there was some repetition in the song I listened to last week from Morrissey. And but again, I feel like here it kind of works because, in my opinion, it seems like he's always trying to hammer home, that point. Again, because I feel like he's trying to give you like a PSA. I feel like he's trying to say, like he said, I found love. And again, I don't know if this is true, if he was seeing somebody at this point or at this time, whatever. Because again, Morrissey's always talked about, he's always kind of put his heart, on his sleeve here, wore his heart on his sleeve, and has talked about, trying to find love in songs, and that he'll never find love and all this stuff, obviously, even back in the Smiths days, of course. But anyway, in here, it seems like, he found someone, perhaps, found. I mean, he says it 6 times right at the top for some repetition. It's just like, in all this murkiness, whatever, I found someone who's never seeming to be scheming, all this stuff. I found a good person, it seems like, I found somebody good, my goodness. But also he goes on, but if I never found, again, repetition, but here again, I feel like it works. I do believe that the more you give your love, I do believe that the more you give your trust, and the more you give your love, the more you're bound to lose, And it's just like, and then again, he goes on, if I never found somebody who wants to be with me all the time. Anyway, so it seems like he found a perfect person, again, in this song anyway, who wants to be with him all the time or whatever. But at the same time, if he never found someone, it's just like, because there is obviously that feeling, I mean, especially a lot of people get, where it's like you get somebody and it's great, but at the same time you're kind of scared that they might leave you. I mean, I just did a reaction yesterday to Split Ends, I Got You, where and that kind of fits in here, because just like he got somebody, but at the same time you're kind of paranoid, you're kind of scared or frightened that they might leave you or something. It's just like you put yourself out there. The more you put yourself out there, the more you're probably likely to get hurt. And at the same time, you got to accept that if you want to put yourself out there and get a partner or whatever. I mean, we're getting a little deep here, but that's really what comes to my mind. And and again, I just love how Morrissey, because it seems like he's just kind of talking. Obviously, he's singing, but it seems like he's just kind of giving a talk. Again, it's just like, I found someone, but I do believe that, the more you give your love, the more you're bound to hurt. Because again, I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, you're probably there's bound to be a breakup. I mean, not every relationship lasts forever. I mean, my goodness gracious. I think more probably end up in breakups than they last forever. So it just seems like he's just saying that, and he knows this, but at the same time, found. He's happy to have found someone. But, at that same point, it's just like, ooh, it might hurt one day, but at least I found someone for right now. It's just like, but if I never found, I do believe that, the more love you give, the more you're bound to lose. And it's just like some wise words. And oh my God. And again, it's just, something that many people have gone through. It's very relatable for anyone in a relationship. And, you're maybe that, if that day comes, I mean, maybe it's happy, obviously, you're both done. And it just seems like it was, not bound to happen. But if you get broken up with and you don't want to be broken up with somebody, it's just like, well, that's going to hurt. But sometimes it doesn't always hurt, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But sometimes it does. I feel like I'm just going off now. But anyway, like I said, it was just so dark and ominous, and I'm just looking here at the lyrics one more time. Again, there's not really much else to say. I feel like for this song, for Kill Uncle here, it just seems like this was kind of a quick little, like I said, I can't say it enough, a quick little PSA, a quick little talking to a quick, some, wise words from Morrissey for, about 2 minutes, talking about, again, the more you put yourself out there, the more you're bound to lose. And it's just like, I mean, that's part of life. And, just a little tune he put in here for found for under 2 minutes long. And I mean, I just can't get over how big Mark and Mark's playing was here for such a short track. I mean, they really put their all into this. And also, thinking back to the track, I wanted to say I was looking at the timestamp, but then it was pretty much over, so I was like, oh, okay, But anyway, it was the guitar playing near the end there. It was kind of trippy. I guess I could explain it as trippy or something. Kind of reminds me, honestly, of like something like Tom Morello would do, just a little bit. It was kind of static kind of guitar sound or something. And then also I like the echoing. I would say it was kind of some echoing that Morrissey was doing there at parts, and especially with the found, and then how you could hear it in the background, of course. So yeah, I just liked. I mean, for a little track, I mean, it was a pretty good little track, I thought. And like the person said, underrated. I mean, by the views here, not many people have really viewed it. I guess it's about 15,000 views, and about 15,000 on the other remastered version. I did just the normal version, just because sometimes the remastered people complain that this doesn't sound like it used to. So I just did the old version. But anyway, yeah, not too many views, but at the same time, yeah, I enjoyed it a little bit. I mean, my goodness gracious. And again, I thought the repetition fit, and I thought it was a banging sound, especially for such a big sound, and for just a little tune. So I mean, yeah, I liked it. I mean. My God. So hopefully that all, is clear as mud, I guess. And again, for just a 2 minute track, I mean, I guess that's all I got to really say. This is only, almost 9.5 minutes at this point. But yeah, I guess that's all I got to say. So thanks again for coming back to another Morrissey Friday. And I do want to say, I like, I've started to talk about Morrissey with my friends and stuff, and, we talk about my reactions, whatever. So I don't know, it's just nice. And of course, people in the comments always talking, who come back every week to comment, whatever. I really appreciate it. And again, like I said, yeah, we talk about Morrissey in my private life as well. So, I mean, he's gone to my private life as well. So, I mean, yeah, it's just fun to react to him. And like I said, for people to, interact with me about the songs that I react to every Friday. So again, I don't know. I'm just saying, I guess that I enjoy it all. I mean, my God. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I've been listening to a lot more of the Smiths as well in my private life too. All of a sudden, it's just come out of nowhere. But anyway, yeah, a lot more of the Smiths in my life.